Ather's warranties are in play again. So if you buy the ProPack, you get the 3-year extension, which makes it a 5-year, 60,000 kilometer warranty or something for the battery. Vehicle warranties remain at 3 years. And for about 5,000 rupees, now you can extend that warranty to 8 years and 80,000 kilometers.
And 3 years is how many kilometers? Anything else?
60,000.
Okay.
So it's 5 years and 60,000 kilometers is your battery warranty with ProPack. Okay. And then you can add 5,000 rupees to that and purchase another coverage, which adds to 8 years, 80,000 kilometers in total. Okay. Ather points out that they are the only ones offering SOC protection, which means that during the warranty period, if your SOC falls below 70%, then they will replace the battery, which no other manufacturer is doing. They, I think, are the only people who also cover deep discharge, which means that if your battery falls to critically low states and gets destroyed in the process because you just didn't use the scooter enough, that is also covered by the warranty, which as far as I can tell, no other manufacturer currently covers it. They are highlighting all of this because the Chetak is on the rise, clearly, and the Chetak does not offer an SOC guarantee on their warranties.
But this is actually a very good thing for them to do, to speak about these cases, because I mean, if it does happen to somebody, they know where they're at, right?
Correct.
Instead of trying to guess. And it happens often that maybe the person you're referring to, like your dealer, might not be aware. Yeah. And the default response is, hey, it's not part of the coverage.
And since you brought up the dealer, Ather has finally rolled out their AMC plans. Okay. So you have service packages you can buy. They're fairly straightforward. Their website is very good with this. I'm not going to go into the detail. The only thing you have to remember is ProPack you buy from Ather. Guarantees you buy from Ather, but the AMCs you buy from your dealer. Okay. So it is tied to the service center. It is not tied to Ather as a whole. So if you had the option of going to 2 Ather service centers, you can't swap them once you buy the AMC. The AMC is valid at the place you bought it at. Just clarify.
That's strange, no? Okay. And there's been, I've been getting a little bit of messages from Ather owners saying the service experience has not been great. Anything? Have you heard anything?
Yeah. So what had happened is, in the meantime, I think roughly before the monsoon this year to a little bit later than that, there was a belt supply that they changed, and those belts were not great.
Okay.
Which I think, as far as I can tell, Ather has replaced all the issue belts along the way. The shrouding around the belts has grown. So it was a major source of annoyance more than anything else, because that belt was squeaky and noisy, and when the filth got into it, it became really tiresome to use. I don't believe outside of that they've had any major issues. Okay. And now that belt thing is behind them. Okay. So there is a lot of, when something goes wrong in the Indian market, it tends to stay in your mind for a long time. And I think it's just the tail of that. Okay. It was unfortunate that it happened, but I think that's behind them.
So by and large, you're saying there is no issue with the service or whatever that you've heard of?
No.
It's just been with regard to replacement of this part which needed to for a certain set of scooters.
Yeah. You ask anybody who owns an Ola and an Ather whose service is better, I don't think there's going to be any confusion left.
That's not setting a very high benchmark.
Hey, you can set a benchmark low and make yourself look good, yeah. What's wrong with that? If you really enjoyed this clip, there's not much that you can do because it's over, but this clip is from a much longer video which plays on our main channel, which is called MotorInc. I invite you now to visit there and explore this idea in more detail, and there you'll meet another amazing MotorInc personality, my great friend Karthikeya Singhi, the one and only.